Alright, hey y'all, it's Pete Hulk. We're back here in the long dark. We got frontier comforts going on, and we are thriving and surviving in this apocalypse. I've got a glitter fog, so it's nice and bright here. I'm gonna loot and talk at the same time. The plan here is to find as much of the new loot and loot variants and make as many things as I can craft here with all the new recipes. We've already got pancakes. Had
Well,
those
this stuff will come in handy.
a couple of times already. And get around the map, get to as many, probably go to actually every single map. And just see what kind of loot I can get my hands on. With all the, with chapter 3 of Tales from the Far Territory out. So we've got the signal towers, we've got the bunkers, we've got caches to find, you know, along with rifle variants. There she is.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
There she is. Fantastic. I will be able to crack a couple of these lockers before I leave now, too. We're here in Forsaken Airfield. I was between here and Ash Canyon, and I decided to start here because I wanted to have the walkie-talkie and get the signal towers going, so I could do kind of that along the way. Managed to get some great gear right off the bat. Already got the leather, got a Mackinac, good headgear, gauntlets, some combat boots, and both work and cargo pants. So I got stuck in a house in a blizzard, so I managed to sew my clothing up while I was there. That was pretty helpful. And yeah, like I said, the loot
Barely
table.
with this much gear.
Oh yeah, it's going to be pretty high. So it's set to, on a custom mode, and basically I went to the Pilgrim settings and then made everything even easier. If there's any locked lockers, now I can get them.
I think I can use this.
But yeah, so no springs. I see a hacksaw over there. Ah, there it is. I was really hoping for this. Cool. So I can repair this, forget those rabbit skins, and get out of here. But that's what I'm looking for. So I've already got the leather jacket. I've already got the aviator's cap. And I got the frying pan. So those type of objects, I've already found some of those. And then, of course, I got flour, salt, cooking oil. So a ton of the new items already. You know, Forsaken Airfield, don't get the wrong idea. Ooh. I just find one of those variant rifles. Oh, come on. So I gotta break it down to get out of here. I knew there was a reason. I was like, I don't know if I should walk all the way over there. They got me. See, that helped with my weight. Yeah. And then already also been able to make pancakes, so one of the new recipes. So. That's the point of the run. not necessarily running from wolves and bears. It's not really about needing to keep getting moose to survive. No. Oh, there goes my, my Aurora is dying, or glimmer fog. Now, the plan is to find as much stuff as possible. There we go. Fascinating. You guys can pause that and read that whenever you want. Alright. Well, now that I have the aviator's cap, I can get out of here hopefully even sooner. It's really just kind of based. I mean, I'm going to try to leave tomorrow. I think I've got some leather around here somewhere. Look at those matches stacking. That is unbelievable. And they're at 100%. I mean, I know I've got it basically on pilgrim settings, but that's pretty decent even for that. You.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
We're working on it. Oh, that's right. I got that rabbit on me. Oh, interesting. So I didn't find, I wondered about that. I was like, how do I have 15 servings of oil? So I found one oil bottle, but I guess it was a stack, kind of like you do water. Interesting. I'm running out of drawers real quick here. Time to start the old floor pile. Yeah, I'll keep that. And just drop that. Oh, here. So yeah, we got probably the best setup I could. I mean, unless I found some snow pants or something. Alright, move around a little bit easier. I'm just going to drop this on the floor. Okay, now I should be able to finish clearing this out in a reasonable manner. I already picked it up, but I thought helpful little tip right here. If you don't know and you're desperate, I found a hat behind this little table every single time I've played in Forsaken Airfield on any difficulty. Alright, so they're just crazy here. This is like the
This'll come in
fifth
handy.
box of blue tools. I found 3 hammers. I don't really expect it to be like this unless there's something maybe going on. Perhaps something's a little broken, I don't know. Oh man, come on coffee. Oh, what do we got?
Looks like this has been here a while.
That would be pretty fantastic.
Okay.
I see some more cooking oil. What is this? Running River Oats. Man.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
I know. Is this something? I got a recipe. Probably can use those oats. A porridge fortified with fruits and syrup. Oh, I ate my peaches. You know it's peaches. Pilot's favorite after a long flight. Oh, I thought. Nice. And then grab this oil.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
15 spoons. So, oh, and another skillet. Oh, this one's in better condition. I'll grab that one. Wow. So, I mean, basically, a fair amount of this stuff is right here near the airport. But I happen to wander out to a couple other places
Oh, lucky day.
on the map. But you can see, I think this is actually a good thing to see. Just the loot level is, like I said, basic pilgrim mode. I can't really turn it up any higher than that. In fact, the only thing I really changed for that is that the loot degradation is...
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
Supper tonight. Grab these, this way I don't need to think about making water.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
I can cook these rabbits and... and focus on that instead. If you're wondering, like, why are you grabbing all this stuff? I'm just gonna basically grab everything, centralize it. And then take what I want at the end. There you go. Well, I can tell you one of the things I was really hoping to find was a lantern. It's not looking too good. But anyway, so yeah, so I can sort through everything, decide what I want to take. But also, I will have to be back here at some point eventually. So having a nice pile of stuff laying around when I get here after the long trek here will be nice. So I think just these few aircraft, and then that's it.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Astrid. Anyway, I wanted to get... the plan is to get a couple episodes of this out today. I want to get moving this morning. Get out of Forsaken Airfield for sure. So this evening, I can do some exploring. Hey. That's cool. I didn't know you could find stuff in those baskets like that. Yeah, it's close enough. That leather hopefully will help me fix this hat. So I'm glad I decided to sneak in the little cockpit there.
I think I can use this.
But really the idea is to showcase in this playthrough as much as I can of all the new stuff, all the basic gear, recipes, how they work. And while they might not be able to use this in necessarily the kind of situations that people might run into in a normal game. Let's face it, sitting in the woods making something is sitting in the woods making something. Okay, nothing can go in there. Let's see. One way into the menus. It should only be one way into the menus. Oh, wow. Interesting, interesting. Oh, look, there we go. We have some pancakes. 575 calories. You know, I think it depends maybe a little bit on... My cooking skill's gone up, and I'm pretty sure the first time I made those, they were 550 calories, so... I got some potatoes. Drop some more. Alright, I need to think about... I don't think there was any leather in this pile. Well, I really need to get this fixed. Awesome. And 94%. Good enough. There we go. 32 and 20 now on the windproofing. So, the aviator's cap is the same warmth, I think, as a rabbit cap, but it has better windproofing. Plus, you don't need to have a rabbit skin with you to repair it. You can just use a piece of leather. So if you find some shoes, you're good to go. It's two pieces. More Aurora or Glimmer Fog? Glimmer Fog.
Barely walk with this much gear.
Oops, let me, take care of some business here real quick. There she is. Alright. 36 degrees! Look. Already. So sewing that was absolutely worth it. Okay, if you're wondering what's going on, sorry, sometimes I get into survival mode there. I'm just trying to get everything set and ready so I can get out of here. Start sorting through my stuff. It's pretty windy sounding outside, but I think I'm going to try to cook outside. We'll see. But I've got a decent amount of matches. I'm going to quickly skin this rabbit. I'm going to keep shredding the rabbits. Now, if I get something like a bear or a moose or something along the way, or even, it depends, a deer in a scenario, I might not sit there and slice it up to pieces, but rabbits are pretty easy to do. Now, the ptarmigan, I'm curious, because, again, I think you got to make broth from their meat, and so many recipes need the broth. Grab all this meat here. Now, one thing I was thinking about, too, I didn't find any skill books, which feels a little unusual. Just how it's been recently. Okay, where's my door? How am I getting out of here? It's a little dark. This way. But if I can use, I'd really rather have 2 cooking spaces than just the one. It'll make this much faster. Cost less, firewood, etc. But I had hoped, oh yeah, gorgeous night, look at that. Pretty windy though. I'll give it a try right here. I'd hope to get some decent clothing to start, but I really am beyond happy with what I found here. Like, I did really well. And since it can happen, but probably the likelihood is very low of me being attacked, and my survivability is pretty high. I'll just stick to synthetic clothing and try to keep myself as lightweight as possible to help with carrying stuff. So that way, I was thinking if I'm carrying a variant rifle and I find a variant rifle, I could either switch them up, I suppose, or, you know, hopefully have the weight to walk around with them. But I'll get that backpack and hopefully a mace along the way. Because if I'm going to every single area, well, A, I might as well get the backpack, and B, you know, I mean, I've already seen a moose, just what couldn't really do anything about it. But even if I just get the backpack, that'll be a big help. But yeah, I want to geek up my cooking score. I want to get cooking skills high as it can go as quickly as possible. It's not going to help me. I mean, again, no dysentery, no food poisoning, none of that stuff. I could probably run. I could eat these things raw, I think, if I wanted to. Not gonna. But I just want to see. I want to max out and see the main. Like I said, I'm already making more calories off of the pancakes. So let's just see what the max is and all this stuff. Now, I guess I could have gone and played and had everything gathered and just done a video where I make some recipes. I might do that eventually. I thought this would be a more fun way. Finding the actual materials out in the wild and the stuff. And if you're playing on Pilgrim mode, this would still be, basically, you'd still be fine. Like, that's not going to change. When I say the loot is turned way up, I'm just saying the loot's on Pilgrim mode. The only real adjustment, like I said, to the loot is that it's at the lowest degradation, so. A good bit of stuff should be laying around for a nice bit of time. Now it looks like I'm cooking up like 70 rabbits, but if you're paying attention back there, I just chopped 2 rabbits up into little tiny pieces. So, I call it shredding. Shred your meat. You can get cooking skill very quickly. Whether it takes an hour and a half or 2 minutes, you get the same amount of cooking skill. So. Now, if you don't want to do this, you can do it with teas. I'll probably cook some teas here along the way because I want to have something to walk around with. But I also want to, you know, get the cooking skill out of it. But it also adds like these serious, massive piles of meat when you throw them on the ground or, you know, in your pocket. It could take quite a bit of time to eat. Just stand around and eat these little pieces. And we're talking rabbits, so the least calories of the meat. Although we'll see what you get out of a ptarmigan, I guess. But I feel like cooking and eating a ptarmigan would be a mistake. Because I want to cook it in the cooking pot, I think, to make broth. Alright. Wind's cooperating, I think. So I'll invest a little bit more into this fire. And check out this guy.
I'll take it.
Oh, that's right. In fact, that's the second pair of those I found. But I think these are in much better shape. Boink. Got my new boots. And pound 10 less. So that's pretty fantastic. I'm very excited about that. I forgot I'd found a pair too, so. But I think they were like 30-some%. I'll check on that, but I mean, I should try to repair those before I leave. We'll see. Go juice. Alright. But to cook up these teas, drink a couple of them for hydration, get my calories and water back. And probably leave some behind because, like I said, it doesn't matter whether you're a hardcore interlabor player, custom player, Pelican player, whatever, Voyager. Teas are a good way to get your cooking skill up. have medicinal uses as well, but I mean, for the most part, that's really what their main thing, their function is. All right, gotta cook that potato up. You know, it. Oh yeah, hold on. Let's see. Porridge, water, and river oats. I wish it. There it is. 402 calories with, I guess, my current cooking still. Weighs half a pound. Where's my fancy recipe? Huh. Oh, you know what? I bet I gotta put the cooking pot down to see it. No. Maybe it is the frying pan. I don't know. We'll see what happens when the potato's done, I guess. Now, another thing they've changed, and I'm really excited about, so if you cook a piece of meat for, like, let's say you've got a moose steak, and it takes an hour and 21 minutes, right? And you cook it for an hour, and the wind blows your fire out. You move your fire, you put that piece of meat back down. It would take an hour and 20 minutes. Now, it's only going to take 20 minutes, because your food's going to stay cooked to the level that it was before your fire goes out. And if you play this game, doesn't again, your fire's going to go out while you're cooking stuff. I always thought that was strange, you know. Why? I cooked it for an hour. How did it revert back to being less cooked? But it was one of those annoying things, but it's just one of those things in a video game sometimes. You're just like, alright. I do not see this new recipe. Acorn bannock. That's cool. So bannock is what I would call tack or hardtack. Oh, I guess this is it. So yeah, maple syrup and peaches. It was right here the whole time. I'm an idiot. All right, perfect. So they just pop into the regular list. That's all I really wanted to know. Right, it's about the middle of the night. That's fine. I want to sleep at least till mid, I'd like to leave around mid-morning, closer to noon. Okay. Phone was going off. Let's see. I think here we go. Round and round she goes. Where she stops, no one knows. What do we get? Leather. Yeah, sure. I think that was everything. Alright, so I'm going to go head inside. Pop down to the basement. I've got some rabbit skin and some hide, or some rabbit hide and some guts down there. But since I have the insulated boots and the aviator's cap, I won't be making the rabbit gear, at least not now. Probably not even in this playthrough. I wanted to grab this other hammer. I want to take the best hammer with me. Look, that's where I found my first sack of potatoes. Oh, the memories, they're flooding back. There we go. Guts are almost
I'm
good.
not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Might be good by morning, I don't know. I know the broadcast isn't quite the quality. I do that just in case for people watching, well, at a lower quality, but I just wanted to tell you that they have definitely made this game look even sharper and prettier. It looks fantastic. And I was watching the last broadcast, and it looked, I think it broadcast a little better too, so. I feel like it can be a little jumpy, frame ratey looking, but put those back on the floor so they can do their thing overnight. Whoops. I can see-ish. There we go. Pizza, always thinking ahead, huh? Want to try to get back as much fatigue as I can. Alright, yeah. Good to go. About mid-morning. Let's have a nice pancake breakfast before we go. Now, I'm going to run over here to this car. and throw the meat in there. Now I could toss it on the ground, but car trunks work kind of like a rock cache. Hopefully. Again, we did have an update. There are changes. Gross. You might get a crash. But this way I don't leave it all laying all over the ground. They definitely changed some of the sound effects too. Interesting. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to hope there's more potatoes in the world. If they're in Forsaken Airfield, they gotta be somewhere else. Oh, okey-dokey. Yeah, there's those other boots. 28%. I'd like to repair them, but I mean, again, I'm at 36 and 20, so I mean, they'll do the job for right now. Absolutely. All right, so that's definitely coming with me. Okay, let's check out the guts. Oh, they're so close. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna have to deal with smell or anything like that. £91, pretty heavy, but Aha. Okay. Now that I got my brain straight, I think I can talk again. So, I'm about to start the long trek out of here. There'll be some loot opportunities along the way. However, there's very few things I could come across I can think of right now that I would really need to pick up. So, until we meet again, Forsaken Airfield, thank you for all the great clothing, tools. I want to thank all the bunnies that gave up their lives. In this playthrough. You guys are the true champs and troopers.
This'll come in handy.
Sorry I couldn't use your skins, but, you know, blame the loot gods on that one. That's not me. Oh yeah, thanks for all the matches, although you gave them to me after quite a scare. But thank God so many of them stacked. You know, that was really dope. Really dope. Thanks. Alright, ladies and Jackalfiends. Boys and squirrels. It's time to go. I would like to point out that after much bitching and complaining, I finally found something in a visor. Polaroid. So, but I also want to just say, because I'm just that kind of jerk, that I totally predicted that it would probably just happen like once or twice an occasional on an occasional map. But yeah, I just wanted to point out there seemed to be a lot of hype. Like a lot of hype. About finding these things in these visors. Now, as I head out, I just want to point out, you know, there's tons and tons and tons of oak trees, and so lots of acorns you can gather here throughout the transition area. I would love to grab some. I'll probably grab maybe just a few more on my way out. But, I mean, they are going to end up weighing me down. And I can get some in Mystery Lake. Like, I know there's some there, so we'll start looking into making flour. Like I said, I think the flour bag was like 4 pounds or something like that. I don't know what the ratios are going to be for, you know, the acorn flour or whatever, but or how that all works. But I kind of think I'll work more so towards these recipes once I get to mystery and get a base set up. I'll point out that along the way, there's a good chance for me to come across a bearskin bedroll. But I will just either probably just point it out if it's there, or point out where it can be. It's in a little hidden area in a coal chute you can get into in the transfer pass, I think it's called. But this will get me out of here. And on the Broken Railroad. I'm hoping to find maybe a rifle in Broken Railroad. And see if there's any moose around. But I do have a bow and 3 arrows. And a pistol. So if there's no rifle and a moose, I'm probably going to try to tackle a moose. I could head down that way for a bit of loot, but truthfully I feel like I hit most of what I needed to do here. And again, like I said, I am going to have to come back at some point. And when I do, I should be pretty much at the apex of my gear. But if I want to try to get all the new stuff, I got to finish the signal tails too. There's a balaclava and a gun holster. Along the way with whatever loot we can get from any of the bunkers and whatnot. I've only been taking 1 bar of cold damage, and it's about to be noon. It'll actually continue to warm up until the sun goes down, so. But this part, by the way, is ridiculous. You know, obviously I love this game. I love to play this game, and I am enjoying all the new stuff that's coming out. But let's be honest and realistic. This is ridiculous, this walk here. I mean, I would have preferred to start in Ash Canyon so I could have had the backpack. But because the signal towers are a pretty big part of it, you would think, right? Tails. But I would have to walk all the way here just to get the walkie-talkie to walk all the way back out to do all the signal tower stuff. Hey, buddy. So I have it set so I can get close to the animals. The reason being, it's not so much to hunt, because again, hunting isn't really the point of this video. It's to try to avoid this right here. And what happens is you get these wolves that, you know, they do what they're supposed to do in the game, and that's run pretty much in the direction that you're going. So oftentimes you just end up bumping the same wolf over and over again. And it gets annoying. But if I can get closer without scaring them, then I can just... A lot of times you can avoid that situation. Oh, there's a backpack in there. I think I gotta go around this way, though. Yep.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
Well, you never know. You start with no hat. Crawling in that pipe could be worth it, y'all. So the acorns are funny because sometimes they're on the ground and they're in these really dark black. If you go look at my last video, I think I grabbed some. And then in other times I think they look like they're supposed to, which is this. But yeah, I did a playthrough here where I spent a good time. You know, I guess hammer, this has got to be a good place for a hammer in the interlayer because I found it in the interlayer settings. And again, there's always like, seems to be multiple hammers in Forsaken Airfield. But I gathered a bunch of acorns, cooked them, made coffees, and did all that stuff. The coffees, you know, we'll do that in this too, because again, that's a new feature. They're okay. The way I look at it is, you get cooking skill from cooking the acorns, and then you get cooking skill if you make coffee. So it's a way to get coffee twice from, you know, one ingredient basically. So that's cool. This is just another way to add to speed up the cooking skill process. The coffees themselves, they're not like a regular coffee. They give you a tiny boost of energy. And it says you have reduced fatigue, but I don't, again, I think it's pretty small. It doesn't seem to, like if you have 2 arrows down while you're walking, you're still going to have 2 arrows down while you're walking when you drink it. Unlike a regular coffee, where not only do you get a significant boost to your little eyeball down there, that's what I call fatigue. Because I consider stamina over here on the right, my little running pool. But anyway, you also get a reduction, and so that 2 arrows will drop down to 1 arrow while you have the effect of the coffee. So maybe they made a change in that. I really don't know, because it'll say fatigue reduced after you drink it, but like I said, there's no proof of that. And like, again, the energy boost is very small. However, I do think if you're making all these teas, right, whether for cooking skill or for wandering around, mostly probably for cooking skill, right? So you're sitting around and you've got like 30 teas, right? And you've got rosehip, you've got mushroom tea, you've got birch bark. Eventually I'll have burdock tea, and we've got our coffees, right? The coffees aren't really going to help you on your adventures very much wandering around. I mean, again, quick little boost. But the way I look at teas is that you invested the water in them, and you've turned water basically into calories. Not a lot, but some, right? So you might as well drink them. You know, when you're, whether you're base and you're making deerskin boots or whatever, or you're out wandering around, and then you get your water back, you get some calories. But I always feel like, let's say you're drinking the mushroom tea. Well, you're kind of wasting its effect. Same thing with the birch bark tea. Usually what I drink the most of is rose hips tea, but it takes three rose hip plants to make one tea. Where it only takes 2 mushrooms or 2 birch bark. But the rose hips tea helps you deal with pain. Well,
Hope nobody needs
hey,
this
there's the
anymore.
hockey jersey. I mean, here's the thing about the hockey jersey. Right? It's the same thing as a thin wool sweater, but it has a lot more windproofing. So if you find this at the beginning of the game and you're running around in your t-shirt, that's going to be huge. Otherwise, it's not very helpful, except it looks cool, and the little red part sticks out beneath your jacket there. See that? And it has a little bit more guard. But it also weighs a little bit more. You're like, just a little over 1/10 of a pound. It's not that much. Well, when sometimes ounces really matter. Yeah, I kind of want to, I think I might look out. In here, take a quick look. More coal, that's cool. There it is. What? Yes.
I can use this.
3.25 pounds, it means it's got a decent amount of fuel in it. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Normally, you know, I'd go ahead and grab that coal anyway. But normally on day, what are we, 7? Yeah. I wouldn't have a 36-degree warmth bonus and a 20-degree wind proofing, so. And we've got fog. Fog's always good, you know, particularly, here's what's great about fog. If you're going from A to B and you know how to get from A to B, fog's great, because fog, particularly this kind of lighter fog, it means it's not snowing. It means it's not going to be super windy. It means it's going to be a bit warmer than usual. So I always encourage people to learn the maps, make that a big focus. Also pay attention when you have your auto walk on. And if you're worried about the difficulty, or you're like, I don't really know how to shoot in this game yet, or what have you, map knowledge is the best thing. How about that? Most important thing in the game, I think. I mean, there are achievements for, basically surviving the first 25 or 50 days or something like that without killing anything. There are people that do runs where they only survive on, like, teas and mushrooms and stuff they find. So, it's good that pizza has a bit of the gift of gab, because we've only just begun this walk. That's right. You're like, man, didn't we leave the airport like yesterday? It certainly can feel like that. There it is. Trying to get my controller charging just a little bit. Right. But yeah, this is ridiculous. I'm sticking with that. I mean, again, starting in Forsaken Airfield and Interloper, it's tough. There's a chance you might not be able to get very far around the map to get anything. Very little food, and harvestables that are going to be around. I think you can avoid pretty much every danger other than the weather. You can see the wolves from far away. There's plenty of space to get around them, and same thing with bears and whatnot. I didn't even see a bear that whole time I was there. Saw a moose for the first time in Forsaken Airfield, but I have the moose on high, not very high, but on high. I actually find more moose when it's on high instead of very high. I don't know why. It could just be the randomness of it, and that's the opinion that I've formulated. Now, I didn't get the Forsaken Airfield at the start I'd kind of hoped for. There's one where you start basically right at the entrance to the transfer pass. It's not too bad because you can kind of run into the transfer pass, do some looting there, and then head to the airfield. Car battery. That's super helpful in this truck in the middle of nowhere.
I'll take it.
I will take those though. But it's funny because, like I said, when I started out, when I'm taking the long walk to the trailer, I always think about if I was watching my video and I really wasn't over familiar with this game or the area, I'd be like, man, that guy just walked forever to just get these trailers. He must be almost out of there. This is just one of the regions I have to get to basically get to where the rest of the game takes place. So it's it's like starting a huge, you know, RPG sandbox type game when you're like, yeah, I can't believe this world is so huge. I can't believe it's big. And then you're like level, 7 to 15 or something, and it's like, what? Now I have access to the main map? What was going on? You thought you had discovered half the world. You were in the starting area. So, at least in an RPG, though, we have all these wonderful side quests and missions, and little areas and places. And this is just one long, boring ass walk. I just gotta say it. Love you, Long Dark. But come on, man. Because they had that meeting. I think, yeah. I think there is something back that way. Where that acorn tree was. Hey, look. We're just leaving Forsaken Airfield. So think about how big this map is. In that huge, massive, wide open area. And then how long that walk is. That's the region. Here's the transfer pass. Now it's called transfer pass because this is another area. It's a small area. But we still got to transfer to Broken Railroad. Oh yeah.
Looks like this has been here a while.
Take this lightweight leather. So here's where we're getting to. Now, I feel confident enough to keep going. Eventually, I'm going to get to like a series of like railroad tunnels. So they're kind of like caves. So I could hang out there for the night. I think some of it counts as being outdoors and some of it is interior. Like there's a loading screen. Or I could hang out here and just leave tomorrow. Now, I've actually turned the wolves up for Pilgrim mode. Because I think it's important for people to see at least while I'm wandering around. So if you're watching my videos, one, I know how to get around the maps pretty well. The map knowledge is pretty decent. I also know how to set up what I figure are some good runs as far as like go here, go here, go here, go here, do this. Pretty much in any difficulty as far as the loot and stuff goes. So I'm your guy for this, I'm sure. Figuring out a way to get a ton of loot. But I also want people to see, okay, bears are here, bears are turned up, wolves are turned up. And you can say, oh, okay. Dang it. Okay. I thought that was a moose up there now. It's just a it's just a deer. But if you're hungry, these little lakes, you want to look around for some cattails, and I didn't really see any on this one. I know there's some around here somewhere though. But I'm gonna bring you over here to this coal chute, and when you first get here, you might not think there's a way to get in it. You can see a couple doors back there, but they're too high for you to reach. Got another pry bar.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
The other nice thing about playing like this, that stuff isn't gonna be an issue. You know what I mean? I'll be finding pry bars, hacksaws, flares, etc. So we can get some coal. Anyway, you creep up here and you duck down, and you got to drop in here. So you can't go back out this way. So you're committing. So it can be scary, but you can see this door right here, right? There's a bit of a drop, but it won't hurt you. So that door is the door you want to go out. We're going to continue down the loot chute here. The loot chute. It's kind of what it is, the coal chute here. And you can get down here. Get some more leather. Dog food. Ooh, like first whetstone. Now, this door leads you out here. And you can have a little look around, but you don't want to you don't want to drop from here, believe me. Anyway, no bearskin bedroll, but you can just climb right back up this part of the loot chute and back down this way. Anyway, you want to look for a bearskin bedroll in here. Looks like we're getting a glimmer fog. I've found it twice, and it's not been here 3 times. So. 2 out of 5 so far isn't bad. Anyway, good place to grab some scrap, it looks like. Coal, lots of coal, firewood. And I feel like even on Interloper, you know, that stuff is still a bit random. So if you're thinking, oh, I won't find that on Interloper, I mean, you might find 2 or 3 pieces of coal and a piece of wood. You might find one of each. Excuse me. Now, there's no load screen, so it's going to be colder in here than it would be if you were in a true interior. So you got to keep that in mind if you're standing here tonight. Whereas you went further up the road, or if I went further up the road. I could, like I said, get to one of those places that has a load screen. Another good place to check for clothing. Got a whole outfit in that suitcase. So yeah, if I was really desperate for clothing, let's say you start here, you can start here. Already, you know, at least in this mode.
This stuff will
Ooh.
come in handy.
Well, there's something I can switch out for right now. We got a turlet, let's see, we got a little bit of water. More matches.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Balaclava. Oh, it's an outlet. So good, just right here, if you, like I said, you'd started and come here, you'd have a jacket, you'd have 2 pairs of headwear. I don't know if I came across any gloves or anything. Well, I've got these. Let's see. All right, let me get on this real quick. Okay, if I can. Yes. How we do? 38 and 22, just like that. So if I finish sewing them, I think I get about another 0.6 degrees. So I think total they go to about 5.5, maybe 5.4. A significant amount of warmth. We're up 22 degrees in windproofing, and I think that goes up just another maybe 2/10. No, it might go up higher too. I don't remember. I don't remember if it, well, it might top out around 3.6. I'm not sure. Good windproofing. A pound and a half lighter than the deerskin boots, and the combat better warmth than the deerskin boots. Good rainproofing, and you don't get the guard that you would from the deerskin, I don't think, but you know, we do have a significant reduction in the amount I can run. Anyway, glad I got that done. Bye-bye pancakes, you were delicious. There we go. Got thirst, got calories taken care of. Let's see. So I don't need to carry that. I mean, it's 100% can. I don't really need an extra can. Oh, don't need marine flares. I mean, I'm sitting here crying about, you know what, just for the sake of the playthrough, I'm going to keep the hockey jersey. don't think I'm going to get to it tonight. Although, if it's bright enough, I would be able to sew in here. Never mind. Life is good. Got it, the Aurora. Fantastic. Anyway, obviously wolves and bears go berserker. You want to be very careful. Running around in Aurora mode. Nice. So yeah, pilgrim mode start here, or even a stalker mode. Let's face it, stalker mode it can be weird too because you can get these starts of areas that are just super
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer. Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you what, Astrid, if you really feel like it, why don't you leave all your matches here for someone else? No? Okay. Oh. Some actual firewood. Fancy. Okay, let me think about this. Wow. Well, I'm wearing one, and like to get a piece of leather from a pair of shoes takes an hour and a half. 30 minutes to get 3 pieces? No, I'm doing that. All right, your time is up. Let's see. I want to get this repaired first, and it takes an hour. %of work for now. We're up to 40 degrees, folks. That's what I'm talking about. Well, I really probably should try that again when I've got more mending skill, at least level 2. But I gave it a shot. Alright, well, I'm not going to need... How many bandages do I have? Oh, more than enough. Look at these matches. How are they all the same? This has got to be a glitch. There's no way. Like, I want to be very, very, very clear on this. If you've never played this game or you don't played a lot or know much about it. This is not normal. First of all, 100% matches are... I don't even know that I've ever had 100% matches. And I found that many packs that stack on, like, basically all the cardboard and all the wooden matches are all the same level that I found. That's insane. I'm saying that doesn't make sense. That's broken. Okay, I feel a little bit. And, oh, also look, all the painkillers. Anyway, I've been doing some mental math in my head, and I'm like, something isn't adding up right. Done sewing. Oh, the balaclava. I want to switch that out. Why? Does it give me more warmth? No. It actually gives you the same warmth. It doesn't really work on the windproofing either. It just looks cool. Right? Alright. There we go. Got my warmth bonus right back up there. And when I say it looks cool, it just seems like if it's really that cold, wouldn't we be trying to cover our face up? Alright. Insomnia is healed. Let's go to sleep. I'm gonna eat these crackers. I won't need much rest throughout this whole series, so just might as well knock it out. What do we get? Basically fully rested. My thinking is, now that I've got my fancy 40-degree warmth bonus, 22 windproof, oh, I was thinking about heading out, but we're gonna have a quick peek up here and then run back in before this blizzard starts to beat up my clothing. But I just worked so hard to sew. Come on, baby. Get in there. We got this. Give it. No more trains, people. No more trains. Alright, let's get in. Woo. Plenty of warmth in here. Okay. Well, I've got time to kill. Might as well do something with my time.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Got it. I don't know. I'm here. I might as well do some of this stuff. The better it is now, the longer I go before I have to repair it again. And it'll give me some mending skill. Guess it'll help with that carry weight problem goofing around in here today. Oh, jerry cans. If only you weren't so heavy. Oh, this would be a great time if I had a book. Oh, you know what though? I guess I could have left these on the ground. Probably some of them would have been done by now. Acorns. I knew there was something. Whoop-de-doo. Oh. No, I knew it was still a lizard. Guess we're doing this today. It'd be more exciting if I had, you know, a bit more on the line, but I really don't. What is going on? Take control of your controls, pizza. Why does this hat hate me? There it is. There'll be a lot less of that. Alright. Yeah, beyond whatever bonuses, I was hoping to geek that up. And thank God I did. Fine. No, I'm leaving it there. I'm going to be obnoxious. So how you guys doing? How's it going? You know, you guys can always comment on my videos. I do check that out on occasion. Other than that, wow, this is fun. Let's play with the fireplace. That's so insane. I'm just realizing I didn't even need to light the torch. There's books laying all over the place.
Come on, little fire. Perfect.
Yeah, setting the place on fire. Okay. So you can cook the acorns in the skillet as well as the rose hips. And teas. I did not know that you could use it like that. So that's new. Whatever. I'm gonna make this porridge. It's 400 calories. But mostly I'm just curious. It's kind of the point. Alright, let me start cooking up some acorns, I suppose. Oh yeah. Nice. I wonder... Look, you can cook water in this dang thing. No way. We'll have to do a weight comparison. That's huge. Alright. So it is hot. So you can eat this and get a warmth bonus as well. Oh, I'll get some peaches and do some work on that. Well, I gotta say, that's super impressive. That's very exciting. Now, a lot of people will take 2 cans with them. If the skillet weighs less than, now the skillet's got to weigh more than 2 cans, but you can get the same amount of water and only take up 1 cooking slot. You see what I'm saying? Plus, you can cook all these different things in it. But there are recipes you can't make in it that you can make in this. Okay, guess it was ready. So, yeah, you're definitely going to need the stews. In this pot, and I think probably the broth too. I'll check this other one here in a minute. Kind of looks neat. Alright, let me look on the cooking thing. So, yeah, acorn bannock pancakes, peach pie. So, yeah. So, you'd be able to carry this, make water, and be able to make the pastries and some of these other recipes, but you wouldn't be able to make any of the, like, stews. I think I was running out of water. Yeah. That's alright, I got some more on the way. Oh, looking low on my flour. Alright, let me check the weight on this pan. So 2.2 pounds. It's the same as a cooking pot. I usually run around with a cooking pot and a can. So I can have a big pot of water going on while I can still make teas and coffees and whatever. Alright, so we'll make the large portions of the grounds. How much water did I get? 6 pounds. Alright. And there we go. We got our first acorn coffee of the run. Another new item. So scrap metal. Wow, just for a simple lure, you just need scrap metal. That's cool. Prepared burdock, cleaned and cut burdock, edible on its own or suitable for being brewing into natural antibiotic tea. The tip up. Some scrap metal, fishing tackle, cloth, sticks. Okay. Alright, this one takes wires. Interesting. Wow. Revolver shell casing. Neat. Acorns. And crow feathers. Fascinating. Huh. Let me see. I want to check something. Alright, so there's the acorn tack. There we go. Acorn pancakes. Add the syrup. Yeah, I don't know how to make flour. Well, that's a problem for another day. Really? Alright, let's see. Drink a tea. Or thirst. Get a little bit of calories to go on with it. Let's see how well that does. Oh, it's gone down. When I first made it, it was called Elegant Bannock. Now it's Acceptable Bannock. I've got, oh, see? I've got Elegant Porridge. I don't think the calories went down. Maybe they did. I don't know. And I'm not sure how the condition of the oil and the salt and all that stuff are going to affect the food, but I think it does. Whatever. Time for bed. All right. I'm going to hopefully roll out of here in pretty good shape, at least temperature-wise. Oh, we had a fail soda. It happens. Alright, got some cured gut now. Double check, make sure I'm not leaving anything important behind. Okay. Just in case. Back to it. So, just a good example, I mean, one, of how far this walk is. Two, the weather is going to be severely impacting your travels, right? What you're carrying, you know. Now, again, I would like to point out that I did turn the wolves up, and we still haven't really had any kind of run-in or issue with them yet. Loitering marsh. Haven't even heard any woos or whatnot. Lots of deer. I'm racking my brain trying to think, I mean, I've had to have come across them. I'm just lucking out, right? Is there an area where there aren't wolves? That doesn't seem likely. It's okay. It has me curious enough to wander around a little bit. Well, there's a little more to look for in this area, but not much. I mean, really, again, the main area has been looted and looked at. And then along the way, uh, I'll be coming back here, so take a minute and look around. Grab some more acorns. Again, I'm not really sure. I thought you were going to be able to make flour from the acorns. But if you look at the recipes, they don't have an option for acorn flour. It just says old mill flour. So I'm not sure if that's just something I've misunderstood. Wait. Shoot. I really wasn't paying too much attention. I think I'm going the right way. Anyway, there's some of those cattails I was telling you about. Okay. This way. Power lines are on my right for right now. So, anyway, like, I'll get over here. I keep thinking, you know, I'm wondering if that's something that's going to come later, or if I misunderstood. Or, I just don't know how to do it yet. But as you can see, tons of acorns just in this area. There were more back in Forsaken Airfield. I think there's some in Broken Railroad and a few places in Mystery. So but I would like to point out that we are still leaving Forsaken Airfield. And, you know, like I said, I knew I was going to end up spending the night somewhere along the way. I knew the weather could get me. But, again, this is just insane. And again, there's just not much to do either. I found some great loot, and like I said, if I had started there and then run up to Forsaken Airfield, I'd have been in much better shape. But think about the trip there with just that gear. So, since I won't really need flares to fight wolves, I won't carry a ton on me. And generally you'll see me use them in caves and whatnot instead of using up fuel. So again, if you're new to the game, remember, I'm doing a playthrough to find loot. So I made it as easy as possible on myself for the survival aspect of it. The ability to find and carry that kind of stuff. But this isn't necessarily the most realistic representation of this game. I know that. But again, this is the long dark, and you could die. So normally I'd have about 20 torches on me. And be probably ready to make another fire along the way to grab some more, just in case. Because you're going to be going in and out of these dark train cave areas. So stringing a whole bunch of torches along, not a terrible idea. I hope you guys found that as exciting as I did. No, I just think about it comparatively to like other regions and transfers, and I just I don't get the point of this, you know.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
You really gotta want it, I think, and be a decent player to start here, you know, to start in the Forsaken Airfield or the transfer pass or whatever. I didn't mean to put that second piece of coal on. A double tapped. But again, I just feel like you know, it's created this brutal area that you have to go through. And like I said, oh, excuse me. Pardon me. But if you're it's a big risk to a hard place, but it can certainly yield you some rewards. And now that they're adding some of this stuff into the interloper with the clothing and some of the items,
I can barely
variants.
walk with this much gear.
You know, it makes it more valuable of a target to want to come and find, and plus it just adds another dimension to the playthrough particularly if you've been playing this game for a long time and you've got a lot of hours in it, you know what I'm saying? So the signal tails could be just exactly what you've been waiting for to get, you know, back into the game. So you kind of want to get that walkie-talkie. And like I said, I personally decided to go for it right now at the start of the game.
I think I can use this.
Just to get it out of the way, just to have it. But that, like I said, it has its own innate risk because it's tough, you know. You might end up in a situation, like I said, I did an interloper there where all I could really do was loot the airport, struggle to survive until I got to Broken Railroad, which is not a very happy, safe place either, so. And you're thinking to yourself, pizza, this video is what, hour and some change, probably at this point. You gotta be close, right? Now granted, I did some goofing around in Forsaken before I left. But I probably should have grabbed some more torches, now that I think about it. Because I still got a ways to go. So a lot of times I think, or I always thought of a Broken Railroad as sort of one of those outlier areas. I consider it a good high value target. It's super dangerous there. Just wolves cover everything. And bears and moose and oh my. So, you know. Depending on how you play, the kind of player you are, you might want to get there a little later or a little earlier. But after, like I said, do an interloper start, you're beat up, you've got hardly anything, you couldn't loot much, and Forsaken Airfield, you're hurt, you're starving. You got a 2 or 3 day walk, possibly. The first place to feel relief is Broken Railroad of all places. I have no glass ankles on, so but that's easy enough. Just duck down and work your way around. Now there's a rope here you can also use to get down below, but green flare, light shell. Come here.
It'll be useful.
Soda, some nice wool socks. So you can go put that rope on there if you want. Or you could take it with you. And then you'd have one of the ropes you need to get from Ravine to Bleak Inlet. Because there's usually a rope you can get in Broken Railroad. So you could have both ropes you need for Ravine sitting there in Broken Railroad, which isn't too far from Mystery. You get the idea. Climb down if you want. There's another way up and another way down, I think.
I'll take it.
Pry bar, I think the way I came, I need it for a door.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Right here. I just went the quick way. So you can also, there's a way down at the end of here. If I had gone a different way, I'd have gone down to the bottom. Could have had a chance at a little bit of loot, possibly. But you just kind of climb those, like, vines up this way. It'll bring you to those stairs, and then you just work your way up this way. Well, I'm looking forward to, I want to find some wires along the way as well. I feel like there'll be some in Broken Railroad, and, oh, there's the new flashlight.
This'll come in handy.
Darn it, I don't really want to carry that, but it's the point, Peaches. It's kind of the point of the video, is getting all the new stuff, right? So I found the miner's flashlight here in the transfer, between the transfer pass and Broken Railroad.
This stuff will come in
Coffee!
handy.
Real grown-up coffee. So, Aviator's Cap. Oh man, I cannot believe, so they've really turned the loot up. I've said this already. I think throughout the game, but particularly in Pilgrim mode, it's kind of ridiculous. There used to be just basically
Nobody
one
needs
place
this anymore.
you could find those insulated boots. And that was 50-50. Let's see if those stacked. They sure did. So all the drugs, all the matches so far have the same durability, and they all stack. I don't know if that is just something they're doing in the game now. Oh, I went the wrong way. Um, yeah, if that's just something they're doing, or if that's like a mistake. Wait. Hold on. I think I got turned around, but I'm not sure. Let me pop out this door. I think if I can go to the right, then yeah, okay, yeah, I'm doing it right now. I should probably look back here. Yeah, there's a container.
You never know. Could end up being useful.
It could. I wouldn't mind taking some clothing with me for getting some mending skill up. I'm up to level 2, but I really prefer level 3. Now, at level 2, I will have less failures. Much less failures. So that's good, and it'll help me get to level 3 faster. When I get to level 3, I will probably hardly ever fail and get a 10% increase, along with the reduction in sewing times. But yeah, pretty much, yeah, you end up with like a 95% chance of success or something like that at level 3. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, I want to keep an eye out for. See, they've loaded this place up with pry bars because you need them going from one end to the other. Either way.
Probably useful.
Even if this lantern, and it's in way better condition. I'm gonna keep mine. I just need a set of tools and a piece of scrap metal though. Fix it up. Oh my gosh, I'm so ready to get to Broken Railroad. I feel like it's like I said before. I feel like once you get to Broken Railroad, it starts to feel like the game actually is beginning. I'll finally be out of the starting area and into the main area. And then it'll go pretty quickly, I think. I want to try to get a moose hide. But I don't want to waste too much time goofing around doing it. However, being able to carry some of this stuff, like if I want to carry and try to shoot some of the variant rifles and pistols and different things in the game.
I think I can use this.
I'm gonna need more carry rate. So, Broken Railroad, look for a moose, do some exploring here, obviously, and get a whatever loot I can find. This place is pretty small. Again, it would be harder to navigate if the wolves and the bears were all over me. But since they won't be, it's not too difficult of a place. And then see if I can get any of this new stuff. More ingredients, maybe some recipes. Then the question is, well, I'll either go straight across Muskeg to Mystery, or I'll shoot across Muskeg and then head to Spencer's. Because there might be an urban parker there, and I would like to get one because it's super lightweight, but lots of warmth. It actually weighs a pound less.
Best be prepared for anything.
Than the Mackinac jacket. Alright, let's do the nail biting part. What they... Oh, I thought that was a knife. Slow and steady. But that's going to depend on the weather. I can already see a wolf up ahead. Or maybe it was a bun-bun. I think it was a bun-bun running in the distance. But get to Mystery Lake. Another pry bar. That's what I was saying. The nice thing about playing like this is I shouldn't have to worry about issues. Oh. Matches, pry bars, hatchets. And again, once I'm into the main areas, food, I won't need to carry too much because I can pretty much just eat the garbage I find along the way. Now, walking around with the torch in your hand and having torches on you is key to survival in this game. Might sound a little funny, but the best way to deal with pretty much your biggest problematic predator, that guy that's howling in the background there, is a torch and a rock. I mean, it's really the most powerful set of tools in the game, if you think about it. Also, you want to conserve matches. You know, I've done it where, let's say, I lit a torch in Ash Canyon at the gold mine. and still had the fire going when I got to Crystal Lake and Timberwolf Mountain. There's my first skill book. Smithing book, whatever. I don't know that I'll be doing too much smithing in this playthrough. That seems a bit more extreme than I would need it to be. Although, I guess if I really wanted to get some looting done in Bleak Inlet, I would, if I want to get to the area where the machine shop is, I would need to go get the code and go there anyway. Who knows? This isn't meant to be, like I said, I'm not here to show you my survival skills. I'm not here to show you, you know, sniping a bear or anything like that. We're here for loot. We're here for loot and pancakes, new clothes, new guns, new everything. There's going to be ice fishing. There's going to be cooking. We're going to hunt ptarmigan. I'm going to make... So, with the down, you're going to be able to make... And you see how close I can get to them? I could probably... I was thinking I could pull that pistol out and just shoot him. Oh, he's a whirlwind. Or, yeah. But you don't have to drop the torch and point a rock. You can actually just throw the torch at him. What's up, dude?
This'll come in handy.
Grab some feathers finally. I was thinking about it. I was like, man, do I really want to do any forging? There's a forge here. And I got a hammer. Battery. Another battery. Alright, so you can't shut this door, but wolves can't get inside of here. But they're going to be surrounding you. You can make a fire in here, though. And it's pretty darn windproof. Seeing as how, you know, you're inside.
Come on, little fire.
Come on, little fire. Alright. I think that landed right back at my feet. Okay, got one of the biggest things I needed done. Let's get some water down.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Very glad I found that early on in the game. Because I was wondering about that one in particular. I was thinking I might have to wait for an Aurora and go into one of the mines. But then I also thought maybe it'll be laying around in the mine. Excuse the jerkiness and stuff. It's my process. We got these fantastic storage bins right here.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
3 lockers. There we go. And I always feel like this place is one of those, too, that can be really hit or miss as far as loot in any playthrough. Nice. Well, I mean, truthfully, the smart move was that move. I'll think about it. I will see what I can do with the recipes here shortly with all this stuff I got. But it is my sincere hope while I'm here is to do that. Get a nice stash going so I can move stuff from between here and Mystery relatively easy. And not take all this stuff with me right now. And this is that first place again, like, it's nice I've come along where I can do that. And I can really start kind of trying to think about the rest of the run. I'm going to go through this door. This door's going to give me a save. That's right. Last save I got was the sleep I got way back in the transfer pass. But another thing I want to do is hit this loot crate. Now, it's not been paying off like it used to. And I'm curious to see if they just changed it or not. But I feel like I'm going to pretty much end this video here in a minute. Let's eat some porridge for the video. Come on. And we're going to break this crate. Now, what used to be in here depended. You could find varying things. But one thing, this was an opportunity to get an ear wrap. Nothing. So I think that's like the fourth or so time where I found absolutely nothing there. So I don't think they have anything there anymore. Alright, I don't want to ruin the next video. But I have noticed ear wraps popping up in drawers and containers. And again, not necessarily just in the easier modes, also finding them in random places. Or places I wouldn't normally have looked for them in the harder modes as well. But that's going to do it for me. I'm hungry. I need some lunch. I also need to hit the grocery store and do stuff. But I got it accomplished. Whoops. What I wanted to do this morning, which is now the afternoon, in a minute. But that was get from here, or get from Forsaken Airfield to Broken Railroad, gather whatever I needed, and get this playthrough started, man. I finally feel like I'm where I need to be. I don't know. I don't feel my energy was very good, but I feel like it's up now, and it's going to be super up for the next video because, again, like I said, this is it. This is where we're going to start looking around, exploring, and hopefully finding some more of this new stuff. So again, we've got the clothing already. Aviator's cap, leather jacket, and the hockey jersey. Now what I was saying about the down from the birds you can get and make a piece of insulation that you can wear or add to your clothing. Now I don't know if it just is like, it goes in this spot. So it'll add a little bit of warmth overall to everything is what I'm thinking. So we'll get one of those going, but again, we've got the jersey, the cap, and the cap and the jacket. Picked up the flashlight. So we're getting a hold of the new stuff. We'll get the variants going, or whatever we can find. And I am going to loot like you've never seen this place be looted in a video before. I'm making that prediction. It's probably not true, but I'm going to hit a bunch of places and get a bunch of stuff, and we're going to see what we can find. So, alright gang, I got to go. If you happen to catch this, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you see this at a later date or time, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you guys. I got to 25 subscribers, and my views are picking up, and I'm really glad that people are starting to appreciate my videos, but particularly these long, dark videos. So thank you so much for watching those. I really am happy about that. So, alright, you guys, have a great day. Be good to each other.